grab a beer, Heather.
Suspect thinks showering is optional. Tits up, Susie.
I know. Ready to rock and roll.
Dude, it's been 2 fucking weeks. I'm telling you. I don't even really know where to start. Like, we've talked for an hour and haven't even been on air, and I got a whole nother list of shit.
Set of notes.
A whole nother set, like even beyond the topic today. So,
Okay, good.
welcome.
Welcome to the show.
I'm Heather.
I'm Jessica. Should we say it the right way?
Welcome to the show.
Okay.
You ready?
You do it.
Okay. Welcome to Stirred Up. I'm Heather.
I'm Jessica.
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
We're coughing.
Yeah, we're jamming.
We've been going hard, like personally, professionally. Cheers. We had a girls' day this week with our anonymous friend, Jessica, myself, and Liz.
My favorite part is that she knows that she is the anonymous friend. She's been listening.
I knew eventually she'd have to, or she's going to be out of the loop. She won't know. We can't repeat it. This is not repeatable.
It's kind of like what we did with Mike. Like, you only know
He literally listens to every episode 4 times now.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, and I got in trouble from my kids, too.
I know.
Big time trouble.
I love that they listen.
Big time. Well, that's the thing. Their friends listen.
That's exciting.
I don't know. And then they screenshot and they're like, Mom, why were you talking about clenching your ass? And I'm like, buddy, 98% of what I say on this show is a joke, and the other 2% is grounded in fact. Like,
which is grounded in fact and a joke.
It's the truth. And if you read the comments, Jessica, I have not read them. I've only read some of them. What do people say about my massage experience? Like, what is the ticket? What is the chat GPT? Like Cliff Notes.
What's the summary? Is that like that is an unexpected experience? It should not be happening.
I literally put my hand in Jessica's butt crack by her tailbone to show her.
Too close.
Where too close. I am turning into a man. I am perimenopausal. If you think that's the reason I came here, then you got another thing coming. And I was also twice his size. I'm pretty sure I could have kicked the fucking shit out of him if I wanted to.
Which says a lot because you're a little lady.
Yeah, but I'm mean.
Big in spirit.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't fuck around.
I'm not kidding you. My dad, when I was little, taught me how to get out of a hold if I was put into one, how to do a fucking headlock, where to kick people.
He was a wrestling coach,
Yeah, and just to kind of generally look like you want to hurt somebody.
Totally.
And I've been explaining that to my daughter, like, and I told you guys this at Girls' Day, like I got on a real pedestal about it. And I actually, the older I get, I really feel confidently and strong by that. I don't try to walk around and look as if I'm hating the world.
Yeah.
But I think walking around and people making any assumption they want to make about me.
You don't look weak.
I don't want to look weak.
Yeah.
No way. That's not how I was raised. That's not how I was taught. And I will probably generally always be kind.
Yeah.
But that also, not everyone deserves that either.
Yeah.
So just don't look weak. Tits up, Susie Myers, and put your fucking tits up.
Right.
Walk into a fucking room.
Then what does it mean when you're like at any age? Like also we learned this too, like what it meant for us to not look weak when we were in high school versus our 20s to now be like upper 30s and our 40s. All of that is like, it does evolve. Like for what it looks like for you and I to not look weak is different than what it did 20 years ago.
I used to feel like I had to walk into a room smiling. And now I don't feel like I need to walk into a room anyway, but like
never thought about that.
Confident and try to bring a good energy, right? Don't try to walk into the room like, you know.
I've told you, I've always gotten feedback that people thought I was a bitch. But I think it's because I don't walk into a room smiling.
I love it.
You get my smile. Like if you deserve it, I guess.
That's
like,
where I'm
if
at.
You're funny. Come on. Smiles aren't free here, guys.
Right. Yeah, if you want me to smile like a monkey in the fucking circus, start dropping money in the bucket.
But, okay, so resting bitch face you've never heard for a man.
I literally get that. My husband, he's like, Heather, you look, like sometimes you look so angry.
Why?
And I'm like, I don't.
Why don't men get that comment though? Like men walk into a room not smiling. Like I just don't understand why it's such an ingrainedly intuitive double standard for men and women alike. Like we think about it for women, we don't think about it for men as women. Like it's weird.
I don't know. I tell Daddy that he has a resting dick face because he has a permanent, like, that's just my face. And I'm like,
it's a Botox error.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine if I made him get Botox?
Just relax that 11 right there.
My God. Yeah, those are the 11s.
Paralyze that muscle.
All right. I want to hear about Girls' Day through Jessica's lens because I thought about explaining it myself, but I thought it would be more fun for you to explain the day play by play from show up to peace out to night and then give us the highs.
This is what I knew was going to happen as soon as, so I got done with Peyton's holiday concert earlier than expected. I didn't know how long this was going to take. Did the holiday concert and I'm like, girls, I'm on my way. The whole way
I didn't
there.
take my mascara off last night and I feel like I got them heavy eyelashes. So sorry.
That's okay.
Hurt me.
Cum catchers.
Cum catchers. Oh dear God.
So
I've never heard of that.
Callie taught me that.
Is that when you've got really long eyelashes?
No, she says that when girls have fake eyelashes, they're cum catchers. Because if you're giving, the whores are giving blowjobs, like, I don't know, lands on their eyelashes or something. I don't know, keeps the cum out of their eyes. I don't know. I'm cutting that out. That's too vulgar.
No, you talked about my butthole and clenching. So
Okay.
I hope your kids listen to this in 16 years and get pissed at you like mine do. Okay. Mama. I'm like, do you want me to not? And they're like, it's okay. I don't care. I'm like, they absolutely care. And I'm scarring them, but
it's totally fine. Like, honestly, the kind of trauma, this is good trauma. Okay. So this is a big factor. I'm giving a long story in the entrance.
You say shit like that so convincing.
I believe it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I just don't think that it's that big of a deal. I was so hungry at 11 o'clock. I was like, okay, these bitches don't eat. Like, will it be a grave error to not just turn around and go to Jimmy John's right now and get a turkey tom?
I love those. Shout out to Jimmy John's.
Or should I just go there and like hope for the best? And I was so close already to your house by the time I'd like processed all of this. And there's nothing I hate more than traffic. And it was a lot of traffic. So I thought, you know, if we're sitting there for a long time, I could always order food in, like, or whatever. Like, I can make a plan. I'm going to be okay. And then we were there for like 2 hours. And I was like, I'm not going to be okay.
She goes, you bitches don't eat.
No. And I knew that. And so every time you're just trying to make a plan, like we didn't even make it a mile out of Heather's driveway. We turned and went to the fucking country club and filled my belly.
I knew it. I was like, this is over with because I was like, I don't actually care what they think at this point. It's gluten-free. It's fast. We're going to get amazing service. I know they had beer on tap that you were going to want, which was totally going to redeem the last 2 hours of starvation. And everyone was so fucking happy. Like everything was gluten-free. We all got to share except for the Alfredo, which was bomb. So shout out to whoever was chefing that day.
Yeah.
Fab.
It was good.
Okay. So we started off with mimosas.
Yes, we did.
And then we drank all that.
Yeah.
and then tell them what I had to host. What we were originally supposed to. It was supposed to be a whole day. And then can you imagine if we had to go to an igloo at 8 o'clock?
We wouldn't have made it. I mean, Alyssa definitely would not have made it. No,
we were supposed to also be shopping and going to all these like cute little markets, and we went to
only bars. You went to a store, and I'm like, I was there yesterday. I actually don't need to go to that store.
I almost bought like 40 million Polish pottery light bulbs from Peel and Pear because I was so drunk. Everyone looked so beautiful. I wanted 5 or 6 of them, and I like had them in my hands walking around. I was like, I have $250 worth of Christmas ornaments. I just kind of, Alyssa was outside ripping a heater, and I just dropped them. You guys were already at the bar across the street.
We were looking for Luke's ID.
That was the big accomplishment of the day.
We never found it.
And we never returned the check to Vidu. So now I owe her more money.
I saw that.
So long story short.
That one is not my fault.
Oh my dear God in heaven. I don't know what it is with me and Vidu. I fucking left my computer there before. And then I went there, had 1 1/2 drinks, ate a full meal. So it wasn't even like in the bag at any, like, you know.
I'm going to bring our coffee over here. Okay.
You really suck that fucking shit down. The whole thing. Do you guys like our coffee pot holder? Is that what you call that? Pot holder?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so
I'm looking through my purse the day next morning, and I fucking look in my giant fuzz bag, And I took the whole entire black checkbook that you sign your thing in from V-Dubs with the receipt and the tip.
Vito.
We do. Fucking love your food and your fucking service and your drink. So shout out to...
She took the whole checkbook.
And the tip. And the black thing. And the pen. And I took it all. So yes, we were supposed to do a little Christmas shopping, find Luke's license, and return the check to Vito.
But you know what? I had a hella good time because we didn't get any of those things accomplished.
And then I panicked and we had to boil noodles.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden,
10 pounds of noodles.
Yeah, all of a sudden, we have like full mugs of cocktails, like Christmas mugs. That
I never do that to us either, but I was like, I panicked.
All of a sudden, she did. All of a sudden,
when my daughter got left, then everything like I just quit.
I knew that. That's what I told her too. I told him about that later too. I was like, we lost Heather, like mentally, physically, she was with us, but we lost her, and it was understandable. But
I got real OCD about controlling what I can control.
Yeah, and so
I needed to get home.
We had an hour and 40 minutes before pasta needed to be done.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Heather was like, we have to go now.
I'm sweating.
So we chugged our Maker's Mark cocktail.
Fucking Santa mugs. They also made themselves my screensaver, which I'm not.
Tara's work phone and Heather's phone were identical, the same case and the same background, like the standard iOS background. And so Heather loses her phone, so she just picks up any phone that looks like hers, and then doesn't lose anything, and is panicked about losing her work phone. Oh, anonymous friend.
Well.
And so we solved that problem by changing your background.
Thank you.
And we were really proud. That was like the biggest thing we accomplished.
It's a beautiful picture of the two of you. I'll keep it for Christmas. And they had their mugs that I made them chug.
Yeah.
Is that your Maker's Mark cocktail?
Yeah.
Hold on, you didn't tell them how Coco Chanel ran. I adopted a new dog.
Yeah.
We adopted
She's lovely.
She is so lovely. Her name is Coco Chanel. She's 5 years old. Shout out to her mama who needed to rehome her.
Like her human mama.
Yeah, Shout out to her 4-legged dog mom for birthing her 5 years ago. Shout out to her human mama who's entrusted us with hopefully the next 10 or 15 years of her life. She's 5. She's probably 8 to 10 pounds overweight. We call her Big Booty Judy. Her actual name is Coco Chanel. We're pretty sure she's deaf. She's 10 pounds overweight. She does not listen.
No shit to give about.
Do you see Brewer? He was like running with her, and then he'd stop because Mama told him to stop, and then he ran with her and he stopped.
Didn't know who to.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So she gets left out of the house. We are literally about to leave. We're all
my
like
mom pulls
locked
in.
and loaded.
My mom pulled
that's
in.
How she got out. Yeah.
And
she like went inside.
You guys, Grandma's here.
We had to behave. We had to behave. Be on your best behavior.
Grandma's
I did. I smiled nicely. I didn't say too many words.
And what did she say to you?
Behave. Don't get drunk. Watch me.
I'm like, I'm really sorry my mom said that to you. She's like, no, it's okay. This is our fucking day.
Makes sense. It was good advice.
Back in the day, I used to catch Grandma ripping heaters behind the fucking whatever.
That's how my aunts and uncles and parents talk to me.
Whatever.
My dad calls to ask me about how Santa's going with Peyton, like the whole Santa situation that we got going on in our house.
He didn't want to come with us either. He got invited. Pat did.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have want to come. Like, he also gets too much. Like, I understand our estrogen is depleting, but for women and my dad, he's just out of balance. 2 is almost his max.
Yeah, I see that with the date.
Yeah, he just can't handle it. Like, at all. I'm like thinking about a list of men in my head that could handle just being the 4 of us. We are a good time, but it's a lot of energy. Everybody had something going on in their lives that needed to be like deeply vetted and discussed. It was intense.
It was very intense day.
And we could almost
hold on. How about when or the anonymous friend goes, I'm gonna go see Teresa again, and Liz goes, I'm out. The sweetest, kindest, most down for anything human. Just fucking
no. I'm not doing that again.
It's a waste of $100 and my night.
Anonymous friend was not offended though. She's like, it's okay. I'll go by myself. I'm going. Gotta get my reading.
My car drives itself, so I'm good. So I worked all day yesterday. I'm actually going to work part of Monday, like probably a full day Monday, and then I'm done for almost 2 weeks. So yesterday I'm working, and we had that team dinner. Oh, you do have to tell a couple of the stories about boiling noodles, because I'm not sure my friend Julie was overly impressed with my lifelong friends.
Oh, Julie would not be. She was literally like getting in the way of the process, and I was like, do you think I don't know how to boil noodles? I literally said it to her.
You did?
Yeah. But Leanne is a treat. I like her a lot.
She is the best. Oh my God. We'll have to call her.
Like, it was one of those things.
Even Leanne goes, your friends were awesome. I'm not quite sure Julie was as impressed.
I don't
give a fuck.
I don't care.
Them noodles were boiled and them boys were fed, and my friends are fucking rock stars. They slammed their maker's mark to come over here.
Yeah, dude, we walked in the door and there is water. Like, okay, so you know you're rich when you've got a water thing that comes over top of your stove. Only rich people have that. They don't shut off and there's no drain.
Yeah, Jessica drowned the house. And I busted a lot.
I did not
I
do
did
that. I walked in the door and there was nobody at the sink. An ADHD person turns the water on and walks away. I don't think you should ever have one of those tools in your house.
Just wait till you hear what I did yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not good, Jessica.
The stove, a very nice stove, is like the whole gas thing overflowing with pools of water into the gas stove, and then like over onto their actual real hardwood floors, all over the floors. So the first problem was like, not only do we have to get water boiling and like large pots,
20 pounds of noodles we made.
Yeah, a lot of noodles. But, which also wasn't the hard part.
Everything was done. All we really had to do was boil noodles.
So we had to clean up the water. We had to get the gas stove back working because the igniters were full of water. So all they were doing, like once they were finally working, they were going click, 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 click. So we spent 20 minutes just, the actual crisis was the water. That was
overflow.
Yes, big problem.
Big problem. I wish you could just tap, but I'd forget. I set my coffee. I start the Keurig probably once every 2 weeks, first thing in the morning, and don't put my cup under it. And I boil coffee all over ask my husband.
Wow.
It's a problem. So yesterday, I'm not sure this was entirely my fault, but anyway, worked yesterday. We had probably 70 meatballs left, 2 or 3 loaves of bread, and 1/2 of a roaster. So we went through. Yeah. Those roasters were huge. So I texted my neighbor. And I was like, hey, do you guys want some mazzatolis and focaccia bread? And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, fuck, I'm out of Tupperware. Come on over. And she's like, no, come on over here. Grab my Tupperware. I've got some girlfriends over. We're doing crafts with the kids. Just going to have 1 glass of wine. I said, great, I'll come over.
So I never had just 1 glass of wine, by the way.
Huh?
Never had just 1 glass of wine, by the way.
She didn't really say one. I kind of added that.
Oh. Oh, got it. Okay. Carry on.
That would probably
not
be
the point of the story.
Yeah, but also a lie. Try to be honest over here. Come over and have 1 glass of wine.
Yeah, don't give me those details if you don't want me to call that shit out.
What a waste of the cheese board.
Broke my nail. It hurts.
Oh my gosh, I broke my nail so far. I told my sister-in-law last night, Tay, at the game, I go, just rip it. Just rip it.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Ah! I can't do it. I can't watch it, and I can't do it. I'm going to have to
clip it. Okay, carry on. I'm listening.
So
I just got distracted.
I find the Tupperware. I bring the mazzatolis over. It's her and her girlfriends. They have between them 3, 6, 8 children under the age of 7. Mm-hmm. Baby, all the things. And so some of the kids wanted noodles. So I warmed up the first bowl. Everyone's doing the crafts around the table. I warmed up the second bowl. We're doing the crafts around the table. Then another baby wanted the mazzatolis. Yeah. So I warmed up the third bowl and sat down and started yapping. And we're all sitting around the table. And
sounds normal.
Yep, completely normal. And one of the friends goes, it's kind of smoky in here.
Oh.
And we fucking look, and the microwave is in her new butler's pantry.
Uh-oh.
And it never stopped boiling the noodles. And by the time we got there, the dumbest thing we did was open the door because we had to evacuate. Every door, every window, babies in the basement. The noodles and the bowl never shut off in the microwave and started on fire. The wall, this is Kelly's brand new fucking kitchen. This is yesterday at 4 o'clock. God. 4 fucking o'clock, Jessica. I am not kidding you. And I'm not kidding you. I am really traumatized by it. That was the bowl of noodles.
Holy
So Cal opened the microwave, I think, threw the fucking bowl of noodles outside. I went back in, unplugged the fucking microwave, threw the fucking bitch out the front door. We opened all the doors and windows. Kelly got fans. Babies went to the basement because you couldn't breathe. Olive and Brewer go out the front door. Like, I'm not kidding you. Traumatizing.
Oh, wow.
Over a bowl of fucking noodles. Like, I am like, first of all, a microwave should have a safety feature for any time.
As soon as there's smoke, shut down.
The smoke alarms never went off. So, like, I do feel like I thanked Jesus last night for, like, thanks for a dry one.
Yeah.
I delivered a new microwave to Kelly's house, like, 40 minutes later. She's like, you're crazy. I'm like, first of all, I almost burnt down your house. I mean, I don't know why the microwave didn't turn off. I went 1, 2, 3 on the 10 seconds. Maybe it was 30 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think.
Just like, how is it? How did
even the wall was yellow. Like, I've never in my life started something on fire. One time I put tinfoil.
Me too.
Tinfoil.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know if it was in there too. I don't know. All I know is it was really, really like it was a true emergency.
Yeah.
Kelly says that we handled it. What did she say? I will tell her. I will tell you the conversation just to give you some context. And then I got panicked, and one mom was laughing, crying. One mom was kind of panicked in the basement.
Of it.
Yeah. And I just started cleaning, loading the dishwasher, bleaching down the counters, went home and got Febreze. Like, I was like, and all the moms went home, and I'm still wiping shit down.
That's exactly what happened on Girls' Day. As soon as like one thing went wrong at home, we like went into action. We gotta boil the noodles.
I don't. I can't. Like, I do think that's part of my
your trauma response. Yeah.
I can control what I can control.
Yeah.
And right now, if the 4 women that I love can boil these fucking noodles, and the women's countertops are bleached, and the fire is gone, and whatever, like.
Oh, you said you had a lot of stuff.
I do. Also, Mike Smith tried to take his heart medicine, and Liz left her Michelob Ultra draft on the side of my bed. And he woke up in the middle of the night to take his heart medicine and fucking chugged Alyssa's Michelob Ultra Light because he thought it was a water.
Piss worm. That's so funny.
And we were not really liking each other that day. So it was just the fucking icing on the cake. And he goes, that's not water, that's a beer. And I go, it's not mine, it's Alyssa's. Literally 3:00 in the morning. How was the Christmas concert? Did she sing all the words?
It seemed like it, yeah. She was in the very back. She's like a little lady, so it was kind of difficult, but it was very adorable. We went to see Santa at the Sanford Santa house.
How was that?
Peyton walks in, sees Santa, and I don't know the guy's name, but there's the guy at the maintenance guy at school or something. Like, I don't know what his job is. She's like, he's not a teacher, but he's at school. Anyways, she walks up, looks at him, hears him talk to the people in front of us, and she walks up to us, quietly whispers, like, in our ears. She goes, it looks like Mr. Schreiber. It sounds like Mr. Schreiber. That's Mr. Schreiber. That's not Santa. I was like, oh.
Fucking shit.
So she sits right on his lap, and she has a whole conversation. And Clay says he's shy, so he's sitting, like, with me, but, like, peeking up at Santa. And the whole ride home, I'm, like, fumbling about how to address this, and then like finally I'm sort of and like as I'm not really sure how to respond, she goes, I'm going to tell him, and I'm going to tell all my friends. And then Matt kind of panics, like total panic, and I said, you know what, like Santa has magic, and sometimes like he needs helpers, and his helpers look like people.
Answer, lady.
Look like people. And she just didn't really respond to that in a way that made me feel like it was settled, or like a good answer. Like, I still don't feel good about it, even though I know that like that's the way to handle it. But it didn't come up again. And then yesterday she comes home from school with like the picture of Santa that came to visit the school, which was the guy who works at the school who looks like Santa and is Santa at the Sanford. Like,
do not think these kids are fucking smart?
Yeah,
or what?
So Peyton shows me the picture. She goes, see, Mr. Schreiber. That's Santa. And I just said, that's a nice Santa. Like, I didn't know what to say.
What did she say? She wanted a pink pony that what?
She specifically said, I want a pink rocking horse with a button that when you press it, it goes.
Do they make those? Did you get her one?
No. Never seen anything. So, and then he goes, like the one at Walmart, or the one at Meijer, and she goes, no. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Santa can't do everything. And Clay wants a fire truck gravedigger, and I have seen them on the TV, but they don't think they make the toy. You know what I mean? I think it was like a special thing, and I think he saw it on TV, and they don't make it.
They got a power pony for $500 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
that she'll ride
that's
one
exactly
time because
right.
she has a quad.
Right.
Sorry.
I know. These are just...
Put some fucking pink bows on her quad and call that a tail on it.
Exactly.
Call it a tail.
It has a button and it goes.
Yeah. And it's a quad.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see the lady in Saline that I texted you bitching about data centers? She's losing it, the farm lady. Like, did you see that?
I watched.
What's your
some part
takeaway?
of it.
What's happening? And the U of M coach, this is going to be old news, but what the fuck? You just tarnished that brand, brah.
The only thing I'm concerned about on the data center situation, two things I'm concerned about. One is like they are trying to rapidly put all of these decisions through, and they're not being transparent with the public. Like they were forced to put something to the public and they redacted everything in it. So that's not transparency. Like that's highly
So if you're
concerning.
not being transparent, what's the why behind that?
Correct.
What are you hiding?
Yeah, and like who's to know? Like why are you behaving that way? And they said it was because of like intellectual property. You don't put that in a contract. No, like that's not it. There's that's crazy. They said it was confidential information because it would give a competitive advantage or, like intellectual property. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a second.
It's like saying you're going to
So
build a
it's
Walmart,
concerning.
but you keep it under the wraps because you're worried Target's going to come put it. What?
Yeah, makes no sense. Makes no sense to me at all. I'm concerned. I think that's why other people are concerned too. The people who are protesting and the video sent me, and I think they're right for that. Then the flip side of this is like now, since there's not going to be transparency, I don't think the answer is no data centers. I think the answer is like a good plan for a data center. Make sure that the community's safe, the environment's safe, and that it's not going to cost.
Why aren't
all
they
of
just
us.
floating in space? Why do they got to be right here?
So that's what Elon Musk wants to do.
I'm aligned.
Yeah, but it's just hard, We're not there yet.
So we're going to just build giant buildings on our infrastructure. Huge
Yeah, I
buildings.
think it's concerning. I totally think it's concerning.
The water thing concerns me. I think that's why they're here.
Yeah, I agree with that. The data centers that are
Feels very weird to me. I'm just saying.
the data centers that are
Huge
active
buildings
right
filled
now,
with servers feels very weird. I don't know.
agree. Data centers that are active right now use more water than the bottled water industry did this year, and that's not even like they're saying that they need tenfold more. Like, come on, guys. Yeah, it's just as concerning. I think it's
So what do the people do?
So in Michigan,
If they wanted to build one right across your river, like what would you do? Where would you start? How would you be informed? Like what would you do?
I would, and I have written all of my politicians.
WWJD. What would Jessica do?
I have written all my politicians about this already in Michigan. Like anybody who represents my region, the local politicians. One of the more challenging ones is Governor Whitmer, right? Is that her name? She is, for some reason, really advocating for like moving fast on this, and I think her mind needs to be changed. And I don't know when she's a governor coming out of the job, like she can't be reelected. So I think also whoever we vote for a future governor, that needs to be one of your number one.
There you go.
Like think about specifically our local politicians. That needs to be a voting issue for all of us if we care. A future voting issue. But there are politicians in office right now and they need to hear from us. So I do think writing them is very important. And then if I, like what she is, like her property butts up the girl that we're talking about who was videoed online protesting, I would be doing what she does. If my property was butting up to something that they were trying to build a data center on, I'd want to know the plans. I'd want the transparency. We don't let people build big buildings that suck on our resources in any other industry without having public transparency. There's usually a lot of public engagement and things like that. And it's not like rushed. So I would be doing the same thing that she's doing until we get answers that make sense in like collaboration with the community.
I want to play what I sent to you because I thought that it was like, it gives the people like a very real, of what she's saying. She's from Saline.
Humanity matters, not screens, not data. My name is Catherine Haushalter, and I'm from Saline. I live on a small 60-acre farm that borders the property that sold to AI Oracle. And I promise, with everything in me, I will stay and fight. I will not sell. I'm a little person who just wanted to live a quiet country life and raise my 5 small children and never have to fight again a day in her life, but here I am. I went to Afghanistan, and I can tell you nothing makes you more anti-war than going to war. But as hard as I fought there, they have no idea how far and how hard I'm going to fight for Celine, for my family, and for my home. If AI is so great and it's so beneficial to our community, you don't have to sue your way in. You don't have to force it. Our resources are at risk. Our water is at risk. It's not just, I don't want them in my backyard. Of course I don't. I want to fight for all of you, and I need you. So stand with me and let's fight this.
I mean,
she's right.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
If it's so great, then let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I don't want one of them big ass ugly buildings next to my house either.
Right.
Unless I'm going to get some sort of serious revenue and know that I'm not going to be dying of all that heat and all that
the things.
Radiation wiping off those buildings.
I just put a new will in. I don't want my water, like tap water, to go dry. Come on. All of that. I don't want the pollution. Like, we went through that in the Pine River. It's cleaned up. We don't need it again. You know?
I agree.
But I truly think that the people in charge don't care. I really feel that way.
They don't.
It bothers me.
There's like 200 people making decisions for the whole fucking world.
There's like six people.
And they literally look at us like we're not actually real people. We're dispendable. Yeah, we're like a resource. Do you know what I mean?
Or like
Ish.
something to get in the way.
I mean, I'm back to the conspiracy theory of COVID again and why we all have heart issues and hysterectomies and what that did and all of that. Like, I just think population got a little big and...
Oh, my God.
Choo!
Oh, my God. I can't talk about that.
It's the facts.
Fuck that. Okay, moving on. I'm having a relatively life-changing revelation.
I love this.
But it's small, but it's life-changing for me.
Love it. Meditation? Are you meditating?
No.
You find a new box wine?
No, the box wine's getting expensive. Wine is getting so expensive.
I cannot.
Fuck the tariffs.
Fuck the tariffs. My wine went from $13.99 to $19.99. I'm not buying it. I cannot. I cannot. That's $7 bump.
So you're buying California wine?
Nope. I'm buying the huge Pinot Grigios that look like baseball bat bottles at Costco.
Yes.
Like I went from,
that's California
I want
wine.
Sensave, best Pinot Grigio, would pair it with any like seriously best wine ever. I'm up at the Costco.
Yeah, I should get.
It's Italian.
Oh, and you don't like Costco.
I fucking hate that bitch.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Okay.
At this point.
So
I also got 4 poinsettias for $20. I was very happy about that.
that is good. So I read a lot of books.
I know that.
For 20 years, I've read on my phone or a Kindle. I love that. I used to travel a lot, and that was like where I did a lot of my reading, you know, waiting to be at the next place. And to not have to carry a book in my luggage was a great joy. I don't travel anymore. I can read a regular book. It's fine. But I still find the convenience to be enjoyable. You can get library books on your electronic devices. However, Peyton last week told me as I was putting her to bed, she goes, when I get big, I get to watch my phone too. And I was like, ooh, I didn't like that. And I explained to her that I was reading a book, whatever. But it didn't, you know, that just didn't matter. It didn't go anywhere. We sat down and read like a regular book for her to go to bed, whatever. And then yesterday, the kids wanted to build a fort downstairs in the basement. So Matt was down there with them building a fort. And I was like, this is really nice. I'm going to sit up here upstairs by myself and read my book. Enjoying it on my phone. And Peyton left. She was upstairs with me for a little bit. Then she left. And Matt asked what I was doing. He asked Peyton what I was doing. Because he does. I also know what I'm doing. And she said, watching my phone. So then Matt told me that, of course, because I think that also annoyed him, that it looked like I was just like ignoring the whole family and just watching my phone. But I was reading a book. And I think like to read a book on a phone. So after this book is done, I'm abandoning electronic reading, and I am going to exclusively read real books again. And
I love
I'm
that.
stepping away, one more step away from Amazon, because there are all these Kindle books or reading on a Kindle. So just like yet another reason not to buy Amazon anymore. That's where I'm at. So that's pretty life-changing.
Did you get any Christmas presents off Amazon, or where did you source from?
Let's see. Amazon was a last resort. I think I probably bought 4 things. I don't know if any of them were Christmas presents, but like, so Matt and I, for Christmas for each other this year, we decided to buy like a joint gift together.
Yeah.
And it sounds boring, but it also is life-changing. A battery Dyson vacuum, like a cordless Dyson vacuum. Mm-hmm. We love it. Very obsessed. It has like this really nice...
She has been talking about this fucking vacuum for 3 weeks. I'm not kidding you guys.
Very happy. It doesn't take much. So the way that like it has like a little hanging system, but it's kind of flawed because it comes with these attachments and a hanging system, but then the attachments don't really fit into the hanging
annoying.
system.
That's annoying.
It is a weird flaw, but you can just buy these like off-brand little Amazon China attachments and like it extends it a little bit and it works.
I love that.
So for $10 I did that.
Where'd you hang it?
It's in the laundry room, so we didn't have to run any. Like,
Is your washer still going? Oh, Mike fixed my dryer. So that was a win for him.
That was a win for him.
You fucking forgot my daughter. You won't buy me a new dryer because you want to fix the fucking motherboard. Piss me the hell off. I've been carrying. And then he like is starting to enjoy the laundromat, which is scary to me because he can go there and look at his phone for 3 hours while he sits in pure cleanliness.
Oh,
Last weekend, he was there for 6 hours. He came home with it all folded in trash bags, like so proud of himself. I'm like, I'm never going to get a dryer back.
That's really funny.
So, but it's working. It's working. It's working. So please pray for the Smith dryer. And
So
if not, pray for Mike Smith and the guy up at Ted's because I think I might actually murder Ted and Mike. And that is a threat. No, I'm kidding.
I think our washing machine is dying, but not dead. And
Are you going to get blamed for that because you overload it?
Yes, I will. That's right.
Prepare yourself.
We already just Matt was mad every time it does like this like banging noise.
Sorry, my cum catchers are starting to get in my eyes. This fucking mascara's got to come off.
I understand.
I have never heard that in my life. At one point, I was like, what? A
Cum catcher.
I am kind of offended about that one. Could you imagine just, ugh. No, I'm not. I can't, Jessica.
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Throw right up.
Throw right the fuck up. I was also watching Bridesmaids yesterday while I was trying to figure out my Christmas thing. And when she's talking about the penis and she's like, it's got one eye. It's like, hello, how are you?
Too much. Too much.
She's like, oh, God. I was like,
It does have a whole personality.
I was like, oh my God, this fucking movie's funny.
Clay is starting to get in his, like, a lot of attention to his penis sort of thing right now.
Oh, yeah. It's their
and, like, when he pees outside, how far can it go? And, like...
Big things.
Yeah. I'm like, well, here it goes, and it never ends from here. Anyways, what else is going on in my life? They released the Epstein files last night, or some amount of them, like a decent amount of them, but they were heavily redacted.
Who was all there?
And I couldn't gather anything. So I just thought we let the world sift through it, and then we'll get the highlights. So unfortunately, I don't think.
What have you been trolling on the internet? And what are people saying in our comments?
I haven't been because I've been reading a book. I haven't even been engaged in the world. See, I'm going to get rid of my phone and I'm just going to read books. I'm happier. Look at me.
You look so happy. I'm getting your smile, so that counts.
And the coffee's good.
Look at me. I can't even read a fucking book on the device I want anymore because I'm being accused of scrolling.
Yeah. Fuck those data centers. I'm out.
We out. We're burning trees down in a different way. Also, our library is fantastic in Midland. And the fact that,
I love our library.
It is actually, if you look at the resources we have in Midland and you stop making fun of our small community, a lot of people do, but our library, our gardens, our city forests, our parks, our spray parks, our downtown.
So lovely.
We're very, 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 very lucky.
Honestly, even out here in Lee Tucky, we've got a cute park.
A great spray park, a great ice cream parlor. Like, you've got a rail trail runs through Sanford.
Yeah. Like, we kind of have it all.
Sanford used to have an amazing beach.
And we had trash pickup.
And we have trash pickup.
out here in the woods.
Watch me. I've been following Coco, Ice-T's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of her. Is it true she did breastfeed her daughter till she was 6 or 8 years old, though? And what do you think about that one?
I believe it was probably true. For me, judgment-free zone, but it is weird.
Yeah.
Look at this. Judgment-free zone, but it is weird. I do think if they can speak the words and talk.
Like, give me your tit.
Yeah.
We're
boobies. Yeah, I think that's a good time to stop.
I remember
Just
my
saying.
mother judging somebody who was like nursing her 3-year-old in church. I'm like, oh, this is why we're here.
What's her name? Kelsey, Kylie Kelsey?
Yeah.
She posted and like talked on her podcast in a very humorous way. Like, her daughter's 8 months old and she's cutting a tooth, and that's her limit. Like, she's done. Like,
Right. I'm not going to get my nipple bit off here by this little sea monster.
And I went in the comments. This was on Facebook, and I think Facebook comments are the harshest.
Do you know why? Because it's all the boomers on them, and they're mean.
I agree.
You're all mean.
TikTok.
Y'all put too many
TikTok
dots. Listen, if you're 65, stop putting dot to your children. It makes us feel like we're annoyed with us. Like, they're just the worst. I'm just sorry. Their texting is just, and they're mean. They're mean. They're mean in the comments.
Well, yeah.
Keyboard fucking warriors.
Generally, I would say the same. Anyways, they were kind of hating on her. Like, oh, I breastfed my daughter longer. Like,
You want a fucking cookie, Karen?
Yeah, I just thought it was really rude. And that's, again, when I shut that app down and turned on my reading app and just went into the peaceful bliss of...
What are you reading?
It's called Brimstone. It is like fairies and vampires, and it's really good. A friend sent it to me. I love it. It's good. I like it.
I'm glad that for you.
I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I'm going to find something good.
You don't strike me as a fairy and vampire reader, but...
I know I'm very hesitant to get into them, but they have to come highly recommended.
Did you read
And then
Harry
they're good.
Potter?
I loved Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, okay, me too.
But I was last one on board kind of thing. And the only reason my 5th grade teacher read it to the first one to the class. And then I loved it.
Fabulous woman.
Yeah, Mrs. Bragg. I loved it.
Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Bragg.
Yes. So that's when I got hooked. And then every year... I have some actually funny, like, growing up reading stories. Every year, because also, like, Amazon didn't exist, and all of, if you couldn't just wait until the library those were the only books we bought. And every year they were released. They just so happened to be released on the week that we did our summer vacation. And my mom would have to, like, go to the ends of the earth to get on a book list at, like, random places. The Village Green was the ticket. My mother did that.
My mother got me a book list. That's hilarious. I had never even thought of that.
Yeah, and that was, like, the thing she had to do, like, one of the most important things she had to do before we left for vacation. And then I could not be bothered until I finished the book, and we would just, whatever the vacation, usually a boating vacation, but sometimes we did other stuff. And I would just read and ignore everybody until I could be done with my book. And then I just have a little bit of book depression, of course. We would go boating, usually at Torch Lake, and there was a library that I then became a member of. It was like maybe smaller than the barn that we have here. Like, it was a very small library. And the youth books that I had read almost all of, like, already, not just there, but like at home. So we'd go through, because it had a small selection, the youth books, then quickly get into the adult books, which women's adult books have very colorful.
They're basically soft porn.
Well, they have very colorful, like, what do you call that? Covers?
Yeah.
The covers.
They used to look like the Young and the Restless covers. My mom used to use Danielle Steele.
I didn't read the ones that had, like, men with abs on the cover. Like, I did not read those. I read Janet Ivanov. So then I go into the I didn't know I was getting into out of the young adult books. This is the thing. So I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of these, and I haven't read these yet. Janet Ivanovich is the author. And I take one of the books and I put it on the counter, and we're going to go check out. And the librarian says, oh, have you read these before? And I said, no. And she said, they're very mature books. And she looks at my mom, and my mom's like, yeah, she's a pretty advanced reader. I think my mom thought she meant, like, intellectually. It does turn out.
You were reading porn.
Kind of. Like, so this one, luckily.
He was kissing her softly and caressing her arm or something like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like they didn't play out sex in this book, but they got very close to it, and it was like she had multiple men, and they were part of the storyline. Ranger and Joe.
Gail knew what she was doing.
No, I think my mom had no idea, but I loved it. It was great. And so I was probably like 13. Okay, Startup Crew, I've got something really special for you. I'm really excited. This is basically an announcement. This is a big deal. Fresh Set is the first ever hair odor eliminator. Trust me when I say I've tried everything to take odor out of hairs. And guess what? It's yours truly. It is my product I've been working on for the past 9 months, and I'm really excited to bring it to you first. This is not a job that hair scents and hair mist and dry shampoo can do on their own. They have a time and a place, but the type of people that listen to Startup are the type of people who know there's no chance for a break in the day to be able to go reset your hair. You could be going from your workout in the morning to catching a flight in the afternoon and hitting up the boardroom in the afternoon. And guess what? You're picking up odors from the day throughout the day, whether it's sweat, the airplane, the whole travel experience. It sticks and it holds in your hair. I've created something that truly is odor-free. There is no fragrance when you spray it in your hair. It is odor-free. It takes whatever you've picked up along the way out of your hair. It is so good that it can take the smell of bonfire odor out of your hair entirely. Startup listeners are the first to hear about this. It's kind of a big deal. I have a 2-ounce bottle, travel-friendly, TSA-friendly plastic bottle, so it won't break in your bag. You can take it with you everywhere. Leave it in your car, leave it at home, buy a couple, so that way you have extra. Startup listeners are getting a special deal. The first 50 people who go online, use the code STARTUPPOD at checkout, will get free shipping and a free gift. Okay, you ready? Or you need a minute?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Today, we are going to talk about who the fuck is buying all of American real estate.
Oh, yeah. I can't even hardly stand it. Who is it, Jessica?
Okay, there's two things going on, and I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. I like to know all the things and have a lot of facts. I've only got a couple of facts, and then I want to have a discussion, which is I really feel like my growth in this show.
I'm down for whatever.
I know. Okay.
However you want to give us the real tea.
Okay, so I don't know. Tell me if you have the same experience, but when I go and do my scrolling, if I'm not reading, and I do my scrolling regularly, it's not like a huge conversation, but regularly, frequently-ish, I get these memes, news memes, they become these news stories, but the way that I see them is through social media, that China's buying all the farmland and private equity's buying all the homes and the American dream is dead. Do you get that? Is that your experience too? Mm-hmm. I kind of went into this with is that a reality? And that's a kind of a big statement. What if the American dream is really dead? What would it have to be? Who would be buying all? What's the real problem here? Is it that farmers can't buy land, or they just can't afford to keep the land? What's the situation that's creating this? And I learned a lot. It was not at all the story that I feel like we're being sold. And I think two things. I want to push back on the narrative, and then what really is happening, I do think is that a good thing or not is kind of where I want to sort of take ourselves. Okay. So I looked at kind of two perspectives here when I say who the fuck is buying all of American real estate. The narratives are China's buying all the farmland. That's sort of the message that I keep hearing. And private equity firms are buying all of the American houses and driving up the new home prices. And it sounds like they're buying and selling or something. So my question was is that true? Those are the two categories of things that I was looking at. The reality is that 3.5% of American land, which is about 48 million acres, is owned by investors in other countries. It's not necessarily the government owns it. It is somebody who is in a different country owns it and does something with it. And almost all of it is actually for timber. they're cutting timber. Canada owns most of it. Canada and the Netherlands, and there was a handful of other ones. These are zoned agriculture. So it does sound like they're like buying farmland, but they're buying land for cutting trees. China only owns about 1%. It has grown a little bit recently, but I think is a response to geopolitical, like it is cheaper to own the land in that country than you don't have to pay tariffs, for example. Like the geopolitical piece is we put these barriers up in our trade, so then the companies who want to do business with those, they have to set up shop in America. So that's exactly what they're doing when they're buying this land. So then I asked myself, like, why doesn't Canada just cut down their own goddamn trees? Like, they got a lot of land and trees. The difference is a lot of that type of land in Canada, there's two reasons. A lot of that type of land in Canada is you can't buy it. It's like, what do they call it? Crown owned. So it's not something a company can't just go in and buy. They have to lease it for the purpose of cutting trees, and they do. But the other factor is trees in the United States grow 3 times faster just because of our climate. So the states that they're doing this in are Texas, Maine, Colorado, Alabama, and Oklahoma. There's some in northern Michigan as well. There's a small percentage, like 3 to 5% of the UP is owned by Canadian companies for the sake of like mining wood. Mm-hmm. But they have regulations about like how to sustainably do this, like the turnover. It's not like clear cutting and walking away. They're long-term owners, and then they have mines, like mills set up. I mean, there's a whole operation, and then it's closer to the people that they want to sell it to. So it made sense to me. So it was sort of a debunked, like, whatever is happening, like maybe there is a couple of large farms that made the news that somebody in a Chinese company.
You can buy land here when you're not a citizen, because like as an example, like even think about the Philippines. It's a third world country, yeah. Uh-huh. You can't buy land or own a house unless you're married to someone from the Philippines.
Is that right?
That's right. It's a lot of places you can't just go buy a house as an American citizen on somebody else's land. I mean,
yeah,
you
can here.
Yeah, wild. That's
Isn't
wild.
It? I don't think it's like.
I think it's kind of wild. I think it's kind of wild.
Can't click.
I think it's kind of wild. I'm not sure why, but I think it's kind of wild.
I don't know. I think it's interesting.
And then, okay, and you might not have the answer to this, but I would like to propose the question for your further scrolling to be determined next episode. If China doesn't own things, how many of the scenarios are you're Jess and you're an American citizen and I'm Heather and I sublet it from you to run my business or to do my apartment building or to do my data center? Where are we subletting? And again, ownership and subleasing are two different things.
No, these are
where
the things
are we populating and generating money on our land that's not going right? Like, how does that piece work? What's the sublet look like?
So I want to discuss that. I also want to discuss it in the context of just home ownership. One quick fact: the trend of like the amount of the amount of American land owned by a foreign investor of some sort has doubled in the last decade. So it's not like I've said this has happened for a long time, which is true. It has doubled. So I do think that's notable. Okay, you're bleeding
AI.
Maybe. I think it's
okay,
like
who owns AI? Who owns is it Elon? Like who's the 4 owners of the big companies?
Okay, so you're asking 2 different questions.
I know, but I know you know that.
I know, but what you're saying is like, so the companies are.
I'm asking questions 'cause I'm trying to put the.
Yeah, but I don't think it's data. I don't think I understand what you're saying. It's a good guess, but I don't think that's the reality for what's happening right now. But it wouldn't be surprising if that was a future scenario. So Facebook, Amazon, Google. Let's just say Elon, but because I don't remember what his AI company is, and OpenAI. Those are the 5 major ones. I'm forgetting. Oh, NVIDIA, but they're not.
And they're owned by?
Well, they're owned by shareholders,
yeah.
But like the people who have the biggest stake are so Elon, Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, whoever's running Google these days. Oh, Microsoft who's mixed in there. So what's happening is the data centers, they don't want the data centers on their financial books. So they actually won't own data centers. They're just the bullies that are coming in and saying this is what needs to happen and when it needs to happen by, and they're the drivers of it. Like at the end of the day, the end customer, but the owners of the data centers are usually going to be like another company, or they want the they want the investments to be taken on by the utility companies themselves. They don't want to own
some of
buildings.
the DTE news and the pushing that shit through and all that. Yeah, okay.
They don't want to have, because the chips are only good for so many years. So then it just looks like a huge amount of overhead and debt on their books. It's not good for, business. So that's a tricky question. But right now, like the current state and what has happened in the last decade is that it is about wood. So if you think about like the process of cutting wood and growing wood and milling wood and then getting it to the people you want to sell it to, shipping is expensive. So if you're trying to sell goods, or you're trying to get to the goods, and the goods are here, and they're closer to the people. Like that was sort of the case in Canada. So if they are a Canadian company who has a Canadian skill set, like whatever, like that's just who, but half of your product is being sold in Canada and half of it's being sold in America, or like whatever the ratio is. I don't know. I didn't look into all these companies, but like part of the case is that like it's closer to where the customer is, and supply chains are expensive to manage.
Shortest route from A to B. Think about how you want to get to Florida.
Yeah.
Most efficient, quickest, on-time delivery.
Just a part of like, and these are companies. It's not like the government is doing this. So I thought that was really interesting. It is possible that other like data centers become a mix of that, but that's not necessarily the case right now that I can see.
Okay.
The other variable is like, so who else is buying American real estate, which is single family homes. So last year, this is 2021, private equity bought more than a quarter of single family home sales in 2021. A quarter of the sales were done
That's insane.
I think that's huge. However, the total is 4% of all starter homes are owned by private equity. This started in the Great Recession, so that whole housing crisis happened in 2008, 2009, 2010, and private equity said, the way that they message it is like, we're going to go save all of these houses, but what they got was just like a really cheap housing stock. And
they got the market floor fucking price.
And
after they crashed the market. That's a fact. Watch The Wolf of Wall Street and tell me that you can. It's the fact. They crashed the market and then they bought it at price below floor.
And their strategy is
just genius strategy.
And like their long-term strategy since then. So this is almost 20 years later.
Fucked up, but genius.
Is then a steady rental income. They're not even flipping these houses. It's a steady rental income. So in some cases they are flipping if they need to liquidate that amount of cash, but it's about rental income by and large. BlackRock themselves owns 4% of the single family homes in the nation. So
4% of the 4%.
Yeah. But, of all single family homes. No, I think BlackRock is like the majority owner of all of these.
You said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said 3 to 5% of the whole market's run by private equity. So BlackRock has 4. They are
the recipe the mix that I can't quite figure out is like, are these like truly single family homes, like a unit on a piece of land, or are these single family homes like apartments in a building?
I think you might think about both. Think about if you go up next to Boyne and it's a $1 million cabin 5 minutes from Boyne. I think, are they renting or are they doing VRBOs and that type of shit too? Because I see a ton of people do that with friends.
So here's my real issue.
Interesting to me as well.
Here's my issue. And then I have a whole bunch of like theoretical like questions about the theory of this all that I don't really know where I said. That was what I want to discuss. Like the thing that bothers me the most about like private equity ownership for the sake of like rental income, whether it's short-term VRBO stuff or long-term.
You're the house and the bank. Like it's like you're the casino and the player.
And the money's not going locally. So it's one thing if this is like what your family does is like you buy you have a suite of houses that you also rent into the community, but like you live in the community and then you know the people in the community and you buy, then goes your income and then you buy food in the community, like a cycling, thriving community that I don't have a problem with.
Stay the fuck out. That's how I feel.
But BlackRock comes in and like the money goes to New York.
Yeah.
How is that helping the community? I have kind of an issue with that. But then, like, is that a free market? Like, if you put restrictions on that, like,
that goes back to being federally governed versus state governed. Like, I'm just telling you, I don't want to lose, you know, I like one nation under the God. I think about data center. I go back to that. Like, do I want the federal government making decisions about our state when it's our, right? Like,
no, totally.
So I could go both ways, but I'm agreeing with you. Like, I get the free market piece, but I also get, there's all sorts of laws about having to live, right? You don't have to vote in another state because you live here. You don't, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's a fine line.
So
it's a fine line.
I feel like the farmers, the whole narrative about like China buying all this farmland, I felt like was overplayed. I had no evidence to that, like, nobody really seemed that alarmed except for the media, to be honest. I read like farmers magazines and stuff. I don't know. It just felt like really overplayed. Some of the controversy does come in that like some of the companies who are putting up the windmills have like international corporate backgrounds. So, but at the same time, like the companies that own our beer are Brazilian. Like, these are just international companies. Do we have a hard time with a global economy if it's not an American company? You know what I mean? Like, is that the concern? If it works, there's a whole other conversation about whether or not we want windmills in our backyard too. And I'm not going to have an opinion about that. I can see kind of the whole picture, and I can see why it's undesirable and why it also creates a really nice retirement opportunity for people who want to get out of farming and their kids don't want to do it. Like, in a way, like I can see the whole picture. Some of the people who are buying the land are doing it to put windmills up there, and they might not be American companies as well. So is that a problem?
Yeah, I think so. That's different for me. That's different.
Mm-hmm. Tell me why.
You're generating money off of our wind, our soil.
Well, it goes back to the grid. Like, it's not like they're like taking it to the Netherlands. Like, it goes back into our grid. It's just like a financial investment. It's just a business.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
don't know. I think it comes. I'm not. Like, even the tariff stuff, right? Like, I have to pay attention to it for work. I've had to write more about it, like on a very FAQ related basis. Yada yada yada. But I can understand the whole picture of tariffs. Fair trade, equal trade, free trade. I think the equitable part of that is, I thought, what this was after, right? When it comes to the tariff piece, right? We're sending things over there basically and getting absolutely reamed, but we're not giving you the same, right? But then where is that money going? Because it hasn't gone back into the pocket of the American consumer. The tariffs have went to the American business. So where is the price cut, or where does the market stabilize for the consumer? Yeah, is sort of how I think about the full picture there. If I think about equity or free and fair when it comes to land, are we allowed to buy land in the countries we're allowing land to buy here? I think that would be part of that. What does the contract look like? And what's the benefit right now?
And if we want to be a country that is good for business, we do have to have our doors open for business. Correct. And some of that is land ownership, frankly. And
how is that those doors opened with the other countries, right? So are we allowing other countries to buy land here when we're not even allowed to get off the plane?
Do you not think about it also as other countries? These are businesses.
International businesses.
So think about the companies that we worked for. I think
it comes back to where's the majority of the share? Where's the majority of the share at? Is it shareholders? Again, they're just all questions. Like, I'd have to think. If I was sitting around a strategy table, these would all be the questions I'd want answered. Maybe not. Maybe it's an American company, not the Chinese government, or maybe it's a China company, not the Chinese government. But is it a publicly shared company? Is it a privately shared company? Where are the shareholders residing? Are the shareholders residing in the United States? Okay, right? Those are, I think, all. I don't think it's a one for one. I don't think it's as simple as yes, we have to allow it, or yes, we don't. So I think it's like anything else.
Are you concerned about the number of 3% of all of our?
I guess I don't have a baseline of context of, like you said, it's doubled more. So it was like
it's doubled in the last decade. Yep. So it was about 20 million acres, and now it's about 48 million.
I'm not scared yet.
Yeah, it doesn't make me nervous. Because also, like I said, these are companies. It's not like...
And also, like, where are you buying things? Like, are you buying things that, or you're owning, like, do you know what I mean? Like, water, port, like, I don't know. I'm more concerned, I think, at this very moment of what are we doing with our American soil when it comes to, like, data, like, right? And our water and all these things.
Yep, aligned.
Like, if you were told me this number was more like 20%, 10%, 12%, talk to me in a year. Maybe I'll be scared.
And it's not Chinese companies. And just, like, frankly, it is just not. That's just not what is happening right now.
Okay. That's a good takeaway for everyone.
Yeah, I feel like let's watch it. It's something to be watched because the increased tariffs might result
Speaking
in
of tariffs, where
Chinese.
are you off with that bullshit? 'Cause we're just bitching about our wine. Like, the president did say, buy less dolls. He said that.
I don't want him to tell me whether I have to cut down my alcohol intake or not. My doctor is doing that and I'm already upset. What a fucker. He's sober. He doesn't care. The president.
Yeah. Did you see what he said about Rob Bronner? That was disgusting.
I think that's really upsetting.
It's really disgusting. It really was honestly, people might think I'm crazy. I know you think I'm crazy, but it was really the first time in the last 8-10 years where I was like, their son murdered their parents.
Yeah,
a loving family with mental health and drug issues. And you use this as an opportunity to not only play politics, but the things that came out of your mouth would have gotten you kicked out of, like, canceled. Like,
there are people who has said less.
Inexcusable.
There are people who said less things about
remember what happened
Charlie Kirk and then got fired for their job. Like, somebody got arrested.
Also, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's talk about her again.
Let's talk about her again.
She's still going on it. Her and Leslie Stahl. I watched 2020.
I've been
60
reading.
minutes.
I've been reading. I don't know.
I like the.
I do like this very.
Soothing. When I hear that, I'm like
taking me home.
Thank God. Take me back to 7 Mile and get me some popcorn from my mother. God damn it.
Isn't that funny? That's so funny. I don't know. Tell me what's she doing?
She's still a cunty cunt. Leslie Stahl was like, you're on this. She basically, in a very short way, you'll have to watch the clip. Watch the whole episode. It's quite entertaining. Like, put that on the fucking TV, kids. You want to sit down and learn what mama's learning? Get the Cliff Notes.
That's funny.
Leslie Stahl, which I think she's an incredible, I have a lot of respect for her. She was basically like, you've decided you now want to be a bully. And words matter, and that's your train. But you've said some really kind of terrible things to people about their appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Like she actually, I don't think she called them cum catchers, but she did absolutely comment on a black woman's eyelashes and in government. Like, the fuck? Who fucking does that? Like,
okay.
I wouldn't call me on. I mean, and she basically, like, you could see the immaturity in her because she, instead of answering the question and saying, hey, you know what? I did say those things. You did catch me in a moment of horror. I don't take it back. Right? She didn't even fucking own it. Instead, she says to Leslie Stahl, well, you've insulted people and you've said rude things. And Leslie's like, no, I haven't. She's like, you're doing it right now with me. And she just got and I was like, yeah, you're a twat. And if you want to talk about someone's fucking eyelashes and someone's fucking public appearance, bitch, you look like you belong down west of fucking 30, getting your fucking fireball at the Gordonville with the rest of us.
I do think it's a time and a place.
And her name's Marjorie Green Taylor and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Taylor Greene.
What the fuck difference?
Right. I don't know.
So I was just offended for Leslie, and I was like, I felt like I was pro you, just because you spoke out against
pedophiles?
Decency. But now I just kind of think you're a pain in the dick. Go away. Mm-hmm. Unless you're going to sit up here and start yapping about something that's actually going to benefit anybody, get the fuck out. Mm-hmm. So there's my that on her one. Mm-hmm. No time.
Aligned. I was having a moment where I was like, "Oh, look, she's being
Me too.
remorseful."
Oh, look at this woman who thought
has grown.
Look at her, and I'm like, no,
her colors still show.
You went to an interview. They flat out showed a clip. You went into an interview, and now are becoming famous because you famously supported someone and then very publicly decided not to support him. You go into an interview with one of the most suspected women journalists, in my opinion, in the world. You are on camera saying rude, derogatory things to other people. You're asked, how did you go from this to that? And you're not even mature enough to go, yeah, I either own it.
Yeah.
Or like, you can't even admit it.
Yeah.
Bitch, get going.
Yeah.
You ain't got none, you ain't got no growing. Your personal brand was being tarnished by the fucking Oompa.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever.
That's where I'm at with it all. And I've been avoiding it.
She ain't invited to Girls' Day.
No.
Also, the anonymous friends' ideas about matching pajamas, chefs, Botox. I just kept adding limos. I am so fucking aggressively aligned with that plan. And I was thinking like, you know how they do like the little kids sleepovers where like the company comes in?
Oh, yeah. She does like the tents.
Like my plan is to have like queen size air mattresses with double stuffed feathers with pajamas on the end, fireballs under the pillowcase,
Very Real Housewives,
phone chargers coming in hot.
Love that, and a little mini mimosa, a little champagne bottle at each bed. Okay,
Not a mini one.
A full one.
I was quite offended.
I forgot to bring out our Fireball because I wasn't really planning to have Fireball this morning.
I think I should have one.
Well, I got a whole bottle of good stuff.
Okay.
From
This was a very interesting topic, Jessica.
Okay,
I really enjoyed your journalistic view on this.
Can I tell you my flip side of the thing? So, okay, we just did conclude that
we don't give a fuck.
We're not that concerned about the farmland problem.
I do want to talk about the American farmer and see if that's all media too.
Yeah, okay.
Both crop and carnivore.
Okay. Well,
I can't really talk about the
So here's the
farms.
thing. I don't think that I'm settled on. Okay, so the fact that like private equity bought a quarter of the single family.
That's scary.
Okay, so that is a lot. Like that does feel like a big number. The percentage is still single digit percentage, which is like kind of what we said we were not that alarmed about from the farmland perspective.
But 25% versus 4%.
Yeah, so like that was a 25% in 2021. So it's coming out of COVID, and I don't know. I didn't have any like newer numbers, but maybe that was just like a big year. Maybe we don't have the full picture here, but like the reason that does feel more alarming to me. So the things that are similar about the farmland thing and the private equity thing, the similarities are, well, it's a business model. They're making stable income. The money's going elsewhere. You could argue that if a Canadian company is coming in making money off of our timber and selling it, even if they're manufacturing and selling it in America to American people, it's like a Canadian company. So maybe they're taking that money out of the community potentially. But the difference is, I would argue that not a lot of Americans are looking to buy hundreds of acres of land at a time, like, you know, a farmland, thousands of acres of land.
And then pay the taxes on it.
And
they don't want to pay the taxes
on it. Yeah, like I think that is kind of a niche market opportunity and possibly a good fit. Americans are looking to own starter homes, and they can't afford a $200,000 house, and that's just what these houses are costing. Maybe more, like, you know, every market's
out
different.
east. They're costing you $450,000. These kids are paying $350,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo with fucking an HOA.
So I find these looking the same on paper.
Living in a fucking van down by the river is not sounding too bad.
Yeah. All of the vans.
Also, shout out to the fact that we should have had a van the other day. The truck was nice, but if we would have had a van
for a girls' trip, for a girls' day,
I'm still getting one. I don't give a fuck.
I'm concerned about private equity coming in and buying single family houses.
And what's the conflict of interest when private equity is also the bank? When you're the house and the player.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I hear you on that. And so, okay, so then here's the other thing.
Which is not new. Again, not new. But.
So our concern on that is the bias that we think that we should be an ownership of houses. Like, is it wrong to rent your whole life? I think it is, but is it just my bias?
I don't anymore.
You would rent your whole life. So what's wrong with them buying? Why should we own anything then? Why should we own all of these houses? Why is that a problem? Why not have private equity own this and then it just become a rental model.
I think just the
okay?
general, like, no, I think my general, like, again, like, I'm out of my skis here a little bit in terms of, like, what I actually know about the topic versus what I think about the topic. But what I think about the topic is the truth is always someplace in the middle. What is the right amount of balance versus imbalance? Are we comfy with 25%? Because here's what also scares me. Let's say that everything drops and people can't afford rent anymore. And then the income coming in for the rent, this company also owns the house, but they're the bank, but they're also mortgaging,
like, that's
right?
just too much control.
It's too much control. You just crash the market again.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, to me,
rebuy it. It's just
in New York, it makes sense because these are multi-million-dollar buildings, and that if that's the single-family house, like, yeah, they should own a lot of it because there's nobody else that can necessarily.
And you're also proximity. Your proximity.
Yeah.
And owning a multi-family 25-foot story high rise that 4,000 people live in, so they can hit to public transport to get to school and their jobs, and the maintenance and the tax. Like, But
where this is happening is Atlanta and Charlotte and Phoenix, and these are not like where this has been happening right now. And like the thing that I think is making people concerned is that they are single family unit homes in these communities.
I don't like it. I don't really like it.
Yeah,
I think that's where I'm at. I don't fucking like it.
It does give me concern.
I'm more fired up now than I was with the 3%.
Yeah, well, the farmland.
48 million acres.
We're worried about.
So that'd be interesting too. What's the footprint? 48 million acres, you said, is owned by non-American companies.
Yep.
What is the footprint of what's owned by private equity? Is it can we do it in acres, or is it more like if you think about 100 million units of homes and they own 20 of those units?
Right.
That's interesting. We should look at that one-to-one as a follow-up to next episode.
Google it real quick. Or do
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying not to use my phone either. I'm fucking sick of this bitch.
I think we can know this, though.
Yeah, we don't have to guess it.
Because I think acres is too misleading. Because some of them are going to be like a quarter of an acre. Like, I want to know how many homes.
Okay, private equity and institutional ownership estimates, recent data. Apartment units. Now I'll be the data bitch.
Okay, great.
Okay, good. She's like, thank God. Some facts.
How many units?
Private equity firms own at least 2.2 million apartments across roughly 8,200 properties nationwide, which is about 10% of the total U.S. apartment stock, multifamily units.
2%?
10%.
Oh, 10%. Okay.
And multifamily, single family. Estimates vary by source, but a comprehensive research memo of June 2022 puts private equity ownership at 239 single-family rental homes directly owned by private equity.
239 million?
239,000.
Oh, that's it. 200,000.
Note, government data, GAO is
That's
the acronym.
Still kind of a lot.
I don't know. Suggests that, we'll ask how many homes are in the U.S. after this. Government data suggests that institutional investors, including private equity, owned about 450 single homes owned by investors with greater than 1,000 properties as of 2022. But that covers broader institutional categories, not just private equity. So they're saying private equity is 250, but then private equity plus REITs and others, which I don't know what that means. Other residential properties. Private equity owns around 275,000 manufactured homes, including mobile homes, parks, communities, and a significant type of housing, often overlooked in general homes owned counts. Interesting. Poor income, low income. Also, like, think about retirement homes. You go to Florida and you rent one of those little fucking trailers to go with you snowboard with daddy.
Or even like assisted living. Those are all.
I was thinking about that as well. Total acres across key housing types. Minimum estimate. Around 1 million plus apartment units, 239 single family rentals, 275 manufactured homes, 1.6 million housing units under private equity ownership as of 2022. It's regularly small nationally. This one says around 1.6%. Broader institutional is around. How many homes are in the United States? How many single-family homes are in the United States? 82 million. 0.33% in plain English.
That's a single-digit percentage.
0.33.
Yeah. 0.33.
Private equity-owned single-family homes represent about 1/3 of 1% of all single-family homes in the United States.
So the metric that still like raises my eyebrows is that those that are sold. Here's the thing, like when
going up.
Yeah. Well, and it went up a lot. Like that was a big bulk of. So because we don't move houses you do, but most people don't buy and sell houses that quickly. You might your family's had that property for a long time. Like I think percentage of the housing stock, that's good to know. 0.3 is owned by private equity, but a quarter of what was sold in a single year was purchased by private equity.
That's a metric.
That is so notable.
Right.
Like that is the thing
you're
that we
going
need to
like
watch.
this on your bar on your line graph, and then you're going
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. So something that we have to watch, and then something that I am concerned
Fascinating.
about.
I find it fascinating.
I do too. I'm not terribly concerned about the farmland problem, but I'm going to totally keep an eye on that and report back. I'm more concerned about the private equity situation. I don't even really know what like the call to action is.
The president also made marijuana a class.
I didn't understand that.
Well, yes, you have to. Like think about cocaine and marijuana being in the same class of drug.
Oh, that's what he did?
downed it 2 classes.
Oh, he made it like it was a bad thing.
It's a good thing. He went it way down. Used to send you to fucking it can still send you to prison federally.
Oh,
he
but
went
it made
like
it
a class.
like less of an issue.
I tell you, you're going to want to know this one.
Okay.
What did the president sign into effect considering marijuana this week?
I didn't understand why it matters because
It matters.
I don't understand why it matters in Michigan because it's legal recreationally. It matters if you go to a state that is illegal. Like I didn't.
Yeah,
care.
but what if you need medical care and you're like you bring your marijuana because you're dying of cancer across one state to the other or
Right,
one state it's legal?
That
and
would matter for those people.
It matters.
Okay, it would matter
Okay.
for those people.
Okay, President Donald Trump signed an executive order directing federal action to reschedule marijuana under the Controlled Substance Act. The order directs the Attorney General to expedite rescheduling marijuana from a Schedule I drug, the most restrictive category, to Schedule III drug, which is considered less dangerous and recognized accepted medical use.
Did you see that he's gonna have a Hunger Games competition?
Oh my God, no, stop. Do
One.
you remember last week when you asked me if you thought we were in the Matrix? And I'm like, yes. And you were like surprised that I said yes so quickly.
Yeah, I know. And then
I'm becoming more of a conspiracy theorist as I get older. I don't actually think they're conspiracies or theories. I think we're all fucking the smartest dumb people I know.
He's having one student, one boy and one girl from each state compete in games of like Patriot games. That's what he announced. In that same thing that you talked about, the marijuana thing, that he did that too.
That seems very Wag the dog to me.
Dude.
Is he just gonna call it he's gonna call it the Patriotic Olympics, and that's the spin we're gonna have for all the Magnificent supporters?
The Patriot Games. I think that's what he called it.
I can't. And with that, I can't. I haven't had any fireball for that. Cheers.
You heard it here first on the Stirred Up podcast. I have got the first ever fresh set hair deodorizer, odor eliminator, odor neutralizer. It will take the odor out of your hair. It is so good that it can take the smell of bonfire odor out of your hair entirely. This is kind of game changing. Stirred Up listeners are getting free shipping and a free gift for the first 50 people who purchase. Thank you for listening to Stirred Up. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, check us out on YouTube, follow us on your podcast apps. Please send it to a friend, leave a comment, add a rating. Every little bit helps. We look forward to seeing you next week.